Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Wonderland. My name is Jillian.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of What's Up. I'm your co host, Bree. And Jill, what is up, man? What's going
I
on today?
I know we have exciting stuff to talk about, but oddly enough, we're only going to be scratching the surface, oddly enough, because there's so much to talk about with our beloved EPCOT.
Yeah,
EPCOT is our subject today, and I'm super excited to get into this.
my gosh, Epcot is such a big park. There is so much to do, there's so much for everyone. So, yeah, let's get into it. I think it'd be fair, if we kind of digested what it's like to rope drop Epcot. I've personally never rope dropped any. Well, I have done Magic Kingdom,
Sure.
um, but yeah, I know you've rope dropped Epcot before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was that like?
Yeah. Even though I live in Florida and I could go to these parks almost all the time, but I just like rope dropping if I can. And the reason why is, it's such a wonderful perk for Walt Disney World Resort guests, or
Hmm.
even just people that are staying off Walt Disney World property to be their first thing right as the park opens. It helps you optimize your time so much. Um, for
Absolutely.
resort guests, you can literally, if you're staying on Disney Boardwalk, there's plenty of resorts there. Or if you're staying at Skyliner Resort, I think it's really cool because not only is there the main entrance that people can go to for Epcot, but those particular guests can go and enter in from the back of Epcot, which every other park doesn't have two entrances
Hmm.
like this.
Hmm.
Epcot has this wonderful perk, which is so cool. So you can rope drop at the International Gateway, which is right by the Spirit Pavilion, which
Right.
Remy is right there. And that's one of our higher demanding rides that we'll be talking about briefly um, today. But literally, it's you could rope drop you can walk from your hotel, you can walk from the Skyliner, and walk right into the line of Remy right there. You don't have to walk through the whole park just to get to Remy.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that pathway there from International Gateway, it's honestly like what, a 5 minute walk.
Yeah,
It's really nothing.
nothing, nothing.
Hmm.
So I think that's really good. And the reason why we talk about optimizing rope dropping strategies because Walt Disney World Resort guests, in particular, you can get into the park about an hour earlier
Yeah.
than the other guests that will
Standard.
be,
Hmm.
yeah, standard, people coming into the park. And that is such a good way to get one of those higher demanding rides right out of the way. For example, we have Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, we have Frozen Ever After, the newly imagined Test Track, Guardians of the Galaxy, Soaring Around the World. You have all of these rides that are higher demanding than Epcot. And by you rope dropping, meaning you go into the park, you do the standby line, you get
Hmm.
on the ride, and then once you're done with your ride, the park probably is now open for the rest
Right.
of the guests that will be coming
Hmm.
in. So while you have a ride now under your belt, everyone's trying to get to their first ride.
Exactly. Right. They're just starting the day.
They're just starting today.
Yeah. And so, crowds do form quickly, right? So it's that early arrival, equal sign major time saved, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so definitely have your plan, your path in mind before you step into that park, right? Before
yeah,
that morning.
yeah.
And we've mentioned it time and time again, but I think it's crucial to have like a second plan, right? A second option. If,
Mhm.
something goes awry that morning, you're not going to be bummed. You have something set in mind. You're like, "Okay, that didn't work out, but it's okay. We're going to do it this way."
Yeah, and that's where the My Disney Experience app is truly going to be your sidekick, your man in the chair that's right
Major
in
major
your pocket.
tool.
Major tool. It's free to download. You should have it before you go to Walt Disney World Resort because it that will help. Instead of you walking all the way, let's say to from the main entrance to Test Track, and you go to Test Track and they're saying, "Oh, it's immediately down because they are just trying to fix something, but come back later in the day, that was time wasted for you to walk from point A to point
Exactly.
B.
Yeah.
Look in
Mhm.
the app will tell you that it's either up or down, and then you could just immediately go to your plan B. I think that's a great
Right. Absolutely. And speaking of that mobile app, um, I think the social norm in America is like, first thing you do in the morning is let's have our breakfast, a hearty breakfast. You don't necessarily need to focus on that when you're rope dropping a park. And what do we mean by that? So go ahead and get that first high priority ride under your belt, and throw in with your app, that My Disney Experience app, go ahead and put in for a mobile order. You know what I mean?
point.
For your post rope drop breakfast.
Yeah,
There's many choices to choose from. So this way, when you're stepping off your first ride, guess what? Breakfast is ready. And
yeah,
so you save yourself an extra line by using mobile ordering on the app.
yeah. That's really, really good point. Why wait in another line when you can optimize your time? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Choose your
especially
time wisely, man.
yeah, you spend all this money to be in well, Epcot. Why not enjoy it to the fullest? So
Exactly.
yeah, I think that's a good point too. To research, kind of get a game plan of where you're gonna be. That way, you can just immediately go grab breakfast right after your first ride. For example, if you're at Guardians of the Galaxy Test Track, you can put a mobile order in for Connections Cafe. It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with just do your research. See what's around your first ride that you plan to do for the day. That way
Yeah.
you know what will be best for you to mobile order.
Exactly. Yeah, and where you're going to get your food. Some people have little kiddos, and food's a priority. I know I have one in my family. So, it's nice to have your destinations in mind, especially when you're just kicking off the day. You might not have your whole day planned, totally fine. But at least get your breakfast in, but also get your first ride, and truly um be able to partake in that rope dropping experience.
Yeah.
By Remy, you've got that crepe, that
Oh,
that crepe place in France, you know what I'm talking about?
yeah. That is
Yeah,
so good. I
I
love
know. I know their crepes are fantastic. So, you have very close options with these rides depending on, what the goal is for the morning.
Absolutely. I think that's a great tip. Optimizing your time, figuring out what you want. It's like, yes, with Disney and any vacation, there has to be some planning involved. So kind of get a game plan in your head, just
Yeah.
because it will help make your day a little easier.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Let's be realistic in what the goals are and your priorities when you're in this park.
Yeah.
Because it does get overwhelming. Let's be real. It does, right?
Yeah, yeah, and especially if this is new uncharted territory for you. There's, um, we're here to help. There's also the Meg Disney Experience app is there to help you. Castmates, when you get into the park, they're there to help you. So you won't be totally lost, but I just
Mhm.
know that there are ways to go about your Disney day without stressing yourself out. Just take it one step
Exactly.
at a time, like we're hopefully
Yeah.
helping you too.
Yeah.
But yeah, along with that, optimizing and planning ahead, getting strategy, lightning lanes. We've talked about it before.
Mhm.
I'll briefly
Mhm.
mention it again. Lightning lanes is going to be important if you want to skip the lines. This is your skip the line service that there's an extra fee to pay for. You can get this Lightning Lane service if you're a Walt Disney World Resort guest up to 7 days in advance before your first initial night stay at Walt Disney World property, or if you're an off-property guest, you could get it 3 days before your park entry day.
Mhm.
So this is going to help optimize your day too with stadium lines if you choose to go this route. And if you do choose to
Absolutely.
go this route, note that there is a tier system we've talked about in the past. Again, I'll briefly mention it. You'll have your higher demand rides in tier one, and you can only choose one of these rides when you're booking your initial lightning lane. For example, the Remy Ratatouille, Frozen Ever After, Test Track, Soarin', those kinds of rides, it will be in your tier one system. Pick one of
Mhm.
those, and then your tier two system is your less demanding rides, essentially. So you have Living with the Land, you have Spaceship Earth, there's plenty to choose from in this
Right.
category. So pick two. These with Nemo and Friends. You have all these options. Um, to pick two, but my one pro tip, if I can give it, and if you want to take it, is take one of these tier two options and make it your burner ride first thing in
Yeah.
the morning.
Right.
Because what I mean by that is, let's say you rope draft your Walt Disney World guest, you rope draft, you don't use a lightning lane for your rope draft strategy. That's my uh, high suggestion too. Don't use the rope drop strategy lightning lane. Go into the park an hour early. Do the standby for Remy or test track if you want to. Go after you being in that ride for an hour. You go pick up your mobile order and then go do your burner ride like Seas with Nemo or Friends. Yes, it will probably show that it's a 5 minute wait. I understand why quote unquote waste the lightning lane, but hear me out. Once
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
scan in to that burner ride, like for example, Feast with Nemo and Friends, all the tier system goes out the window. So you can
Right.
immediately start booking rides, whether it's a tier one or you want to do something from tier two, you can immediately start booking because the tier system went out the window. And that is going
Yeah.
to truly optimize your day.
Yeah, when you're paying for Lightning Lane service, that's precious. You know what I mean? That is precious money. So it's like, yeah, grab a um a lower tier ride first thing in the morning, just to get yourself going and get the Lightning Lanes, going so that you can be grabbing more throughout the day. That came with experience for me when this whole new system came out.
Hmm.
I grabbed, like, my first Lightning Lane was like 2:05 in the afternoon, and so
Yeah,
by the time I got that burner ride scanned in, it's like your rides for the rest of the day was super slim picking. You're pretty
yeah.
much gonna pick the same ride over and over again because availability obviously goes by the end of the day.
At that point, it's you didn't optimize your lightning, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly, exactly. So, even if it's a silly ride, Spaceship Earth is 5 minutes, whatever, scan yourself in and just get it so you can quite literally use your Lightning Lane the rest of the day,
Yeah,
and get your money's worth. When it comes to, the parks with Lightning Lane, in this instance, it's more quantity versus quality, right?
yeah, yeah. You're coming to Walt Disney World, whether this is your once in a lifetime trip or you're just here, for your monthly visit. You want to be able to enjoy your day, so why not optimize it to the fullest?
Right. Yeah. And I think, the key here when it comes to rope dropping, don't overthink it, right? You want to enjoy your rope drop experience. It can get chaotic, sure, especially when we got strollers and kiddos and grandma wants her cup of coffee. I've got two in
Right.
my family. I get it. But, don't overthink it, right? Just try to enjoy it. You want your
Yeah,
Disney experience to be relaxed, so don't be hyper strict with yourself. Just I think the key is just knowing the right starting point and, having that timing in place as well.
yeah. I think you bring out a good point too, because let's say you go with a group of people. I know I've done this when we've done bigger family trips to Walt Disney World Resort, where you know, you and your me like for example, me and my husband, we don't have kids, but we have a niece and nephew and their parents, my brother and sister-in-law. Like they the kids may want to go do something like,
Mhm.
talk with talk with crush. But
Sure.
me and my husband may not want to do that. So while they go do that, me and my husband could go do something the kids may not necessarily want to do. Don't feel pressured to have to do everything together the whole time. because at the end of the day,
Right.
you may not get to do something, you may have to sacrifice something. I always give this tip too, to people going to the parks is, you know, pick three things that are on your to-do list. Two
Right.
attractions, whether it's live entertainment, you know, a show, what have you,
Mhm.
a ride,
Mhm.
and then someplace you want to grab a cup of coffee or snack or go to eat. That way, everybody can feel like they got their checklist checked off
Sure.
and they were happy with their day. That
Yeah.
because if you go in with a longer list, you may not get the whole list, and then you're going to be so disappointed.
Exactly.
Don't set yourself up for disappointment.
And that's the beauty of Epcot is there is a little bit for everyone, right?
Mhm,
So you've got plenty for the kids, you've got plenty for the thrill seekers, you've got characters and food in between. So I mean, there's absolutely if you have a big group, don't hesitate. It's totally okay to break up, and split up for a little bit. Let the kids take a nap, it's okay to do that. There's enough for everyone to do and enjoy. And that being said, let's go ahead and overview the park, right?
mhm.
What
Yeah, there's
what
plenty to do in this park.
I know there's many sections here to digest. So, Epcot, again, we're just going to scratch the surface, right? Cuz I mean,
Mhm.
we could talk about Epcot all day long.
Yeah.
World Discovery, right?
Mhm,
World Discovery Epcot. It's a land focused on your science, space, and technology. It features, a few high energy attractions. You've got the futuristic themes, um, lots of storytelling of innovation and human achievement. And then you've got World Celebration. Okay, this is like the heart of Epcot, right?
mhm, mhm,
It's designed for connection, creativity. It's the hub of Epcot's festivals. There's tons of gathering spaces. There's some hands-on interactive experiences as well. And then it's like the home of the iconic Spaceship Earth, right? You can't miss
yeah.
it.
No, our beloved girl cannot be missed.
No, no. She stands loud and proud, let me tell
Yes, she does. She does.
you. And something that's really cool, it's kind of like this hidden gem of the area of World Celebration. I have to highlight real quick Club Cool, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's this fun little interactive it's like a merch store, but it's also a soda stop. So, you can sample like a variety of unique sodas from around the world. Club Cool, it's located right in the Innoventions area, and it is famous for offering that Beverly soda. Okay.
Yes,
And if you
yeah,
know, you know.
yes. Beverly is iconic in its own way, for
Right.
sure. It's one of those
Yes.
drinks that it's like, have you, when people go to Epcot, they ask, have you tried Beverly? Because A, it's free to try,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
like, it's just, you'll never forget your Beverly experience.
No, Beverly soda, she leaves a lasting impact, let me tell you. Okay.
She does.
She's
She
the
really
type of soda, she starts really tasteful, and then it hits you. This bitter taste definitely surprises your first timers, but it's fun. It's fun. In addition to Beverly, you could try sampling sodas from different countries. You've got Japan, China, Italy, so it's a fun, quirky, little soda stop, while you're in World Celebration. Go try
Yeah,
it.
yeah, absolutely. I think another perk about Club Pool too for annual pass holders, I learned this, and this is actually really cool. Like you
Mhm.
said, it's a merch stop location. So a lot of the times or pretty much all the time, are like the fountain drink sodas you can get at Club Cool, like your Coke and all that stuff. But
Mhm.
you can get them for a discount with your annual pass holder, and you can't really get beverages discounted at any other
Right.
location. So might as well take advantage of that annual pass holder discount while you're there at Club
Oh,
Cool if
true.
you want a refreshing Coke.
Yeah. Again, using your pass as value added, right? Save yourself some money.
Yes, yes, absolutely. We're here to tell you about how to optimize not only your time, but your money.
Mhm. Mhm. Exactly. And then, so moving on from world celebration, you've got the world nature. Okay. This is
Yeah.
one of my favorite zones. This zone is dedicated to the natural world. It explores that balance between, humans and the environment. You do have attractions. There's a couple attractions there. You learn so much about ecosystems and conservation as well. There's a really cool movie in there. I love world nature. World nature's
Yeah,
awesome.
world nature is so beautiful. I even love the journey to Moana area.
Mm-hmm.
It is so beautiful, especially at nighttime. The lighting, the water, and then you can see again Spaceship Earth in the background.
Oh,
It's
oh,
so pretty.
oh, forget about it. Hands down, like Journey of Water, awesome addition. I am so glad that they they did something good with that area.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Yeah.
very pretty.
And then, so let's get into World Showcase, okay? Because this is what I think Epcot's the most known for, most notorious is for that World Showcase, okay?
Mhm, mhm.
It's most known for those a collection of pavilions there, with right
Yes.
that represent different countries from around the world.
Mhm.
Obviously, you get a mix of your global culture. You've got a mix of cuisine. You get to experience the country's unique architecture, which is freaking cool.
Yeah.
You get a taste of the countries with their architecture and their cuisine without even, let's be honest, leaving Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Disney Imagineers do an excellent job with making you feel like you just got a nice taste in like stepping into
Yeah,
these lands.
yeah, yeah. Like no joke. Um, there is no thing as perfect, but these little slices of these countries are super perfect in their own ways. Epcot's known for its food, right? And you get a heavy dose of all kinds of different foods around Epcot Showcase.
Mhm.
And speaking of the core of Epcot, innovation, right? Hydroponics. Hydroponics is big now. That's
It
like
is.
the new farming techniques that is huge. It helps demonstrate how future farming, right, becomes more essential. You use less land, less water, right? And there's more innovation to be had. And you get a taste of that. You get a taste of those hydroponics inside living with the land, right?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
is,
It's so innovative. It's so creative. And when
yeah,
you're on the Living with the Land ride, you can actually get a glimpse at what they do. And it's truly spectacular. Like things that you didn't think of that they could
right?
do with plants, they do it.
Hmm.
And it's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That huge. It's a huge greenhouse. Living with the land. That boat goes through the entire greenhouse, and
Mhm.
Disney really shows off their soil free growing techniques. Where the plants are growing literally in nutrients directly from water.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. I love that tidbit to see and everything.
Hmm.
I think that's so cool.
I know it's fun. It's fun. You see the misters. They have like growing media where the gardens go up in the air, so they're utilizing their space. You also get a glimpse of their like giant produce. Like literally their record setting the size of their pumpkins. Epcot does
Yeah.
well. I love spotting your hidden Mickeys
Oh, yeah.
amongst the the produce there. You could catch glimpses of the globe shaped cucumbers and different Mickey shaped veggies. It's super fun, super fun,
Yeah.
and
Again, doing an awesome job of and Disney Imagineers. Excellent,
the
excellent job.
details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Details are 100%.
There's no shortage. There's no shortage of it. And, I appreciate, learning about these sustainable crops and seeing how everything kind of, is produced because Epcot really does use these foods in their restaurants all over the park. So
Mhm.
it kind of just comes full circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. It just shows you like there's places to eat around Epcot, and you can really get a tour, like a weird behind the scenes. There is a behind the scenes tour, but you, with living the land, you get this tour of like, hey, that food you've been eating or you're going to eat, look where it came from.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It is. Yeah, that behind the scenes tour is awesome. I've heard such good things about it. You you actually get to get further into the greenhouse there. You know, you explore the actual hydroponic labs and the growing systems. You see the how insects like the ladybugs in action, right? How that
Yeah,
becomes beneficial.
yeah,
Um, they have that small how area with the fish tanks, and you can see how
yeah.
fish and plants work together in I think it's called like aquaponics.
Yeah, yeah, they really go into the details, and I will say if you do want to check this out, you will need obviously your park ticket to Epcot, but this is a separate ticketed event.
Yeah.
Thankfully, this one is not that expensive for like tours and Disney related things. Like it's
Mhm.
fairly reasonably priced, and you get this wonderful tour of this greenhouse and how things work. If you love gardening or if someone in your party loves it and you have the time to do it, I fully recommend elevating your Epcot day by taking this tour.
For sure. It's basically Epcot's like mini agricultural science lab.
Yeah.
It's totally fun. It's hands on, and it's full of that Disney creativity.
Yeah, that they are really creative. And I will give credit to them because how who like I can't even it's lost for words for being like where else can I go at a theme park nonetheless to watch how my food is made. But basically, I don't know of any other theme park where I could be like, where does this salad come from, or where do
Yeah.
these veggies? I don't know. But Disney
Yeah.
is very open book, and they're
Oh
like,
yeah.
come, look, watch, learn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think that a lot of us can appreciate that. And then, right next to the nature pavilion, let's get into the seas pavilion a little bit. You've
Mhm.
got the aquariums there. Let's
Yeah.
get behind the magic of those large aquariums. They're
Yeah.
massive and they
Massive.
thrive with literally nonstop science care and ocean level engineering.
Yeah, they really do. It's really, again, another thing to check out to get out of the heat, or just, even if you just want a place to put your feet up, there's benches in there for you to sit at some in front of the tanks and just watch these
Hmm.
beautiful sea creatures go on by. It's really relaxing. It's
Oh,
totally
yeah.
cool to check out. I love this place.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great spot too. If you get overwhelmed with like a lot of sunlight,
Yeah,
Florida's bright. We get a lot of sun, we get a lot of heat, and it's just a really great area just to get inside. It's dimly lit inside, right? It's a really cool spot. Hey, if the kids need to take a nap, feel free to sit by the manatee tank and let your
yeah.
kid just take a break.
Shout out to our manatees. Oh my goodness. We're calming creatures to help calm your kiddos to go to sleep.
Yeah, speaking of manatee, have you seen Mermaid? Have you been able to
No,
visit Mermaid yet?
I'm like it's still kicking myself that I haven't seen her yet. No, every time I go to
Yeah.
Epcot, we're like on the other side of the park or something. I just have not been able to see our beloved mermaid yet.
Yeah, she's so sweet. So Mermaid, the story behind her, she's really sweet. She was added to Epcot. I don't know, we're going on maybe a year and a half now, but
Mhm.
her name came from the shape of her tail, the damage that was done to her tail. And oh, she is gorgeous. It's hard to put into words, but when you see her, it lights a different light in you. A mermaid is a true inspiration, and it's really cool to see her in Epcot. She's worth a visit. Just
Yeah,
gonna put it out there.
All the sea creatures are worth a visit. Mermaids worth a visit. I literally, if you have the availability, again, when you're optimizing your time with these lighting lanes and wait times in your park, dropping, rope dropping, you can literally be like, well, I have all this time. Let's go check out the seas and look
Yeah.
at these beautiful creatures. Don't uh, I would hate for you to be like, I was at Epcot, but I didn't get to visit their beloved aquarium. If you can
Mhm.
go, go.
Yeah. And the tank is huge. It's big. Okay. It draws in crowds, but there's enough space for everyone. I mean, the Seas Pavilion is gigantic. And, just to put it out there, the aquarium, the tank itself is like just over like 5 million gallons. Uh,
Yeah,
you
that's a
know,
lot.
yeah, yeah. And the innovation there, that's what we're talking about, right? Is, you know, over 5 million gallons of man-made seawater, but these waters run through 24/7 life support systems that mimic real ocean currents. And
Mhm.
these tanks are precious, so I mean you'll find divers. You're guaranteed to see them throughout the day. They are in there cleaning, inspecting the tank every single day, right? Whatever their priority corner is, you're going to see these divers down there taking care of this tank. I mean, I can't imagine how much work it takes to maintain this thing.
Yeah, they do an
But
excellent job, and you could see that hands on too. Like, if you, for example, this is another perk. If you have a scuba license, you can pay another, you know, it's a separate fee, but
a
you could
tour.
go scuba, yeah, tour, and you can go scuba diving in one of these
Mhm.
tanks.
Yeah,
Again, what other park does this? This is so cool that you can go
right.
do this at.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one is called Dive Quest,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Dive Quest. Yeah, I love these different opportunities that Epcot has opened, for guests. It's like these different opportunities. It takes your Epcot day literally to the next level.
It does. Like,
Mhm.
it, I highly recommend doing it if you can, or if you have the licensing to. Um, yeah, definitely check it out. Because again, how often do you hear, let alone get to experience, be like, hey, at Disney, I got to go scuba diving.
Right, yeah. Yeah, a total bucket list item for some people.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I've never personally been able to catch this gem, but with those tanks in the seas, on very few days throughout the year, you can, believe it or not, you can catch Mickey Mouse diving in those
Mhm.
tanks. I
Mhm.
know. I've heard the stories. I have
Yes.
seen videos out there. I've never personally been able to catch them, but dang, it'd be really cool
Yeah,
to
I mean, they don't announce it, they just like to
no.
surprise guests, which I
Yeah.
totally understand. So it's hard, how
Yeah.
would you know? But yeah, it's
Mhm.
a talk about, again, we're just gonna keep using the word elevating. How cool is
Yeah.
it that Disney likes to elevate not only like Disney adults, like their experience, but kiddos? How often, like, how cool
For
is it for
sure.
your little kiddo to see Mickey Mouse swimming?
Oh, totally. Oh my goodness.
I can only
Dreams
imagine
do
how
come
you.
true. Dreams
I
do
can
come
only.
true at
Yeah,
Disney.
I can only imagine how your kids would react when
Absolutely.
seeing that. Yeah.
Mhm. And so we could go on and on about world nature. It's pretty cool, right? We know it's pretty cool.
Yes.
But
Yes.
then there's World Showcase, which is also
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Mhm. Oh yeah. People come to Epcot to experience World Showcase.
Yeah, how could you not? Yeah. So World Showcase is around the lagoon there. The pavilions are designed to look like certain countries. So you can experience, you've got from one side to the other, you've got Mexico, Norway, China, Germany, there's Italy. Of course, you've got America there in the middle, followed by Japan, Morocco, you've got France. Then there's the United Kingdom and Canada on the other
Mhm.
side.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is truly something that people go to Epcot to experience because literally you get a taste, a little sliver of all these magnificent parts of the world. And when I say that, I mean it because they have people that want to work for Disney
Mm-hmm.
that are from these countries. They
Mm-hmm.
come, they work at Epcot. You will, if when you go to Norway, you'll meet somebody that's from Norway. Same with Germany. All these pavilions, they have people that are from these countries.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to feel fully immersed when you
Yeah.
get into these pavilions.
Absolutely. And these cast members too that are representing these countries, go have a chat with them. You know, they will teach you greetings in that language. Words, how to say your name, how to write your name. Those
Mhm.
Kit Kat fun spots.
Yeah,
You get these postcards with stickers, and you can actually learn. Spend if you have the time, spend 5-10 minutes at those Kit Kat spots. It's fun. It makes that country experience again come full circle, and you're not even leaving Florida. I mean, how cool? How cool?
yeah, yeah. I'm glad you brought up KitKat really briefly. KitKat, even though it has the name kid in it, adults can experience this too. You can go and grab their activity, and all of this is free. Another
Mm-hmm.
free thing to do in Epcot, I think, is
Yeah.
truly um, an advantage, a perk that you should definitely experience if you have the availability to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then within these countries, you know, uh, we'll say it again, Epcot, Disney parks can get overwhelming, right? We
Hmm.
can get overstimulated. So it's okay. These pavilions, when your World Showcase is big, right? When you're in these pavilions, you can find secret spots, okay? Secret spots that you can enjoy, throughout the countries. And so, just to kind of highlight a couple, one of my favorites right in the middle, it's towards, the Canada side, but that UK pavilion, I'm
Yeah,
talking about with those gardens in the very back of the
yeah.
country
It's
off
so
that main
pretty.
pathway.
So, so pretty.
Yeah, yeah. So those gardens in the back they're quiet, it's tucked away. It offers those, you got seating areas with those really um those wrought iron benches. It's just
Hmm.
so fun. The aesthetics, right, of the garden and that being in that country in UK.
Oh yeah, you're literally right next to Christopher Robin's bedroom with Winnie the
Yeah,
Pooh
yeah.
doing meet and greets there. Like
Uh-huh.
you are feel like you're in a little sliver again of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, it's like a little hidden London, right?
It is. It is exactly.
Yeah, you've got the UK cottages there. You've got the chimney pots and the brickwork too. The brickwork is fun, and you've got the flower boxes. I mean, all of it together. My favorite part is the mini topiaries.
Oh,
Um,
they're so pretty.
I know, I know. Yeah, it's definitely a great little spot with that, UK charm, right? It's a quiet
Yeah,
pavilion.
very charming. Very, very
Hmm.
charming.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna throw one more out, Jill. I Canada's waterfalls.
Oh yeah,
Should I say
yeah.
more?
No, they're so beautiful. Especially when you're in there, you get to smell that maple popcorn being made in the background. Oh my goodness. So,
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah, they've got the rock formations, you know what I mean? And again, the crowds have noise, but so do the waterfalls, but it's just the sound, the peaceful sound of rushing water. It's a much different sound, right? Definitely much more peaceful area to sit. I think you've told me a story before. You grab some food and you can totally have a picnic out there. You've got the
Yeah.
waterfall. And then of course you've got that Canadian landscaping too. Um,
Yeah.
it's that whole area. It's like exploring quite literally a Canadian wilderness.
It really is. It really is.
Mhm.
If there's so much, like you said, there's plenty of places in each of these countries where you can literally just grab, whether it's your lunch or a snack or a drink, and you could just go and get away from the crowds and just relax and
Yeah.
just, it's good for adults, good for kids. Like
Mhm.
it truly they do a great job with this. That way, people can feel like they could just reset.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real, we all need it from time to time, right? Especially if you're
Yeah,
gonna be at a Disney park.
yeah. Disney Park, yeah, it can get stressful. The crowd levels can get a little overwhelming. Kids can get, they want their midday nap, and there are
Mhm.
places to go in these parks where it's like, okay, let's just relax for a little bit.
Exactly. So, speaking of taking a moment, maybe a meditation break if you're kind of into that. Okay, I will throw out one more. How about Japan's gardens?
Yeah, those are really breathtaking.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
like this place because again, you can grab something, little something, something, and there's even that one ramen uh udon bar that's up
yeah.
the hill. You
Hmm.
grab it and there's outside seating in the garden. Like you can
Yes.
literally overlook the lagoon. You could still be in the garden and enjoy a little
Yeah.
snack.
Yeah, you've got the bamboo. It like is lined around it. And it kind of gives you that little seclusion, right? The break between being with other people. You've got the koi ponds. Those koi
Mhm.
ponds, I mean, and they're actually pretty decent sized koi ponds too.
Yeah.
You've got the water lilies, that are in these ponds. You've got stone pathways. I mean, it's just definitely a pavilion that's like a mini escape.
Yeah.
You literally transport to a traditional like Japanese garden, with all of its, with the beauty of that country, all these little, details. It's just a rare chance to enjoy Epcot's beauty in the calm.
Yeah, I agree because I feel like I don't know if you experience this too. Like when I go into one of these pavilions, such as the um, Japan Pavilion or Morocco, I don't even you can't even really see or like experience the other neighboring pavilions. You literally feel
Yeah.
like you are in this
Hmm.
country, and then until you walk over, you're obviously like, oh, I can't believe Italy went next door. It's just like,
Right.
yeah, you
Oh,
really
yeah.
do get immersed.
Absolutely. Yeah, they did really well designing the park and making sure like, these countries have their own, quite literally their own little corner. It's kind of like the Mexico pavilion. When you go into the pyramid, the Mexican pyramid, it's dark. You're literally like on a Mexican alley, right? And
Yeah, the
then
night times of Mexico, it's so
yeah,
beautiful.
exactly. Exactly. And then you walk outside, and if it's daytime, you're like, "Oh, there's the Florida sun." You know what I
Yep,
mean? It's
yeah,
like, but you
yeah,
forget. You totally forget it's midday, but you're enjoying the night, the Mexican, nights, right? Inside
yeah,
the pyramid there. Yeah,
100%. It is so. Yeah, we could go on and on about each of these pavilions and what they
totally.
have to offer and how awesome they all are.
Mhm. Mhm. So, let's I don't know, there's so many food options, there's so many snack options. I mean, do you want to pick one? Just pick one. Pick one standout restaurant to you to highlight. Like what is your
Yeah.
favorite go-to?
Yeah, so for me, like obviously, like if I want like a quick snack or a drink, the Mexico Pavilion has plenty to offer. You have the Cava de la Tequila, which gives their signature avocado margaritas, which are
Mhm.
super
Mhm.
refreshing.
Oh
So
yeah.
they're dangerously refreshing.
Right.
Like you don't taste the alcohol, and you literally feel hydrated. Oddly enough, but just keep that in mind. It's dangerous, um,
Mhm.
but in a good way. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, you have your taco stands. You have a place to get chips and guac. Like these are good. This is a good pavilion to grab something quick and like enjoy like those wonderful foods that people are
Oh
gravitating
yeah.
towards.
You
You
can't
know,
go wrong with tacos.
no, absolutely not. But if I had to pick a sit down restaurant, I think one of my top three restaurants I will definitely have to give a shout out to is Akershus in the
Okay.
Norway Pavilion. The reason why I give this one a shout out is because A, it's family style. food. It's delicious. It's made by Norwegian chefs. You have the waitress and waiter staff. They're all from
Hmm.
Norway. You feel fully immersed in the Norway culture, and it's a character dining experience. So instead of paying more money to go to
Hmm.
Cinderella's table over in Magic Kingdom, you're saving a little bit of money. You get to still meet Disney princesses, Ariel, Snow White. You get to meet Belle. The list goes on, and
Yeah.
they come to your table. They talk with you. They'll take a picture with you. But the reason why I like this one is because you could go to Cinderella's table. I get the vibe. I get the aesthetic. You want to be in Cinderella's castle over in Magic Kingdom. I
Hmm.
understand that, but the
But you're going to
food,
pay for it too.
you're paying for it, and B, the food there when you go on their menu on the app, it just says American cuisine. Over in the Norwegian pavilion, you're literally getting immersed into a culture. Their food is delicious. So
Hmm.
I feel like the food is elevated for the price and the characters that you're getting.
For
So it's
sure.
more bang for your buck, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes complete sense. Yeah. You're experiencing that culture and the characters, the princesses, particularly. And so you're literally getting everything that you would with a better price tag, right?
Yeah,
Other than the
yeah,
castle. I mean, obviously,
absolutely.
there's an aesthetic there.
Yeah, absolutely. Reservations are highly recommended for this place. So if you are interested in this place, go into the My Disney Experience app and go ahead and check out Akershus in the Norway Pavilion and see what availability is there for you when you do go to your Epcot day, if this is something that you and your party would be interested in.
Yeah.
I want
That
to
app
hear.
is a lifesaver.
Yeah,
Um,
I want to hear what your favorite is.
so I am going to go back to world nature. All right. I'm a marine girl. I'm
Yeah.
going to say that the Coral Reef restaurant is my go to. I've eaten there a number of times, and I'll eat there again and again. Um, there's nothing like eating beside the floor to ceiling windows with that massive aquarium, right?
Mhm.
And obviously there's a rich sea life there. Okay, you've got your sea turtles, your rays, all the fish. So imagine you're enjoying your seafood or your steaks, and a turtle just rests right beside your table, right beside your window. That to me is like the memories that I hold on to at Epcot, right? It means something to me. The Coral Reef restaurant, I don't know, it's casual, but it's elegant. It's great for families. Um, you've got date nights. Anyone who loves marine life, it's got all. The Coral Reef restaurant has all the feels. Okay.
Yeah, it
Um,
literally is like an immersive experience, and
yeah.
it's really really cool.
Oh, sure. Every visit, every time I've eaten there, you get this little slice of an ocean adventure, right? Paired with that Disney touch. I mean, this is your Disney vacay, and every time I'm sitting beside those tanks, you just get it's a different experience, quite honestly.
Yeah,
Food's great, so Coral Reef Restaurant, hands down, is my go-to. I'm gonna highlight that restaurant time and time again.
yeah, that's a great recommendation. Especially if you have a family, like you said, enjoys marine life. You get to have a wonderful dining experience while having this breathtaking aquarium right
Mhm.
in front of you.
Oh my gosh, I have so many memories and videos and pictures of like my kids right next to the tank and the greetings you get, from the marine life. I mean, it's just so freaking cool. So cool. Those are the things that, I cherish. I'm a marine girl. So if
Yeah,
you like the oceans, um it's a nice restaurant. It's quiet. Again, it's dimly lit because it's just an extension from the Seas Pavilion. So
yeah,
it's all the same vibe. Great spot. Great spot to take a break.
yeah. Good recommendation. I really,
Yeah,
really like that.
absolutely. And then, we got to talk about it. We got to get into it. We got to get into Epcot nighttime.
Oh
It
yeah,
is a whole new level to this park, quite honestly.
yeah. Yeah, honestly, when you think Epcot can't get prettier, it does. They do, again, Disney Imagineers, shout out to them. They do an excellent job. Let's just start with Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth,
Mm,
they do such a beautiful job doing a light show on Spaceship Earth. They do storytelling, and honestly, depending on the festival too, you can have an immersive storytelling experience on Spaceship Earth. My favorite is when Festival of the Arts is happening. You get the Muppets get to do a show on Spaceship Earth. It is so cute. I
yeah.
absolutely love this one. Yeah, they do an excellent job.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's an excellent job all around the park. Um, my favorite, with Spaceship Earth and all those LEDs on the gondola, when
Yeah,
you're leaving other parks at night, heading to your resort on the Disney Skyliner, that that thing glows in all of its glory. You
yeah.
can't miss the Epcot globe.
No, you can't. Literally, if you're driving by Epcot Park or you're on a bus, whatever, like the gondola too, you can see Spaceship Earth in all of her beauty. It's
Hmm.
really, really
You
cool.
can't miss it. You can't miss it.
No, absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
So I think that's really neat too. And especially they have the lights in the ground now too. That's by it that work. I know
Yeah.
they had it, then the construction walls were up forever, and now it's back again. You can see the lights in the flooring light up too, along with the
Hmm.
ball. I think that is really a nice touch.
Absolutely. And I just learned, I don't know if you know about it, but I just learned about those 12 torches that line the World Showcase, the lagoon.
Okay,
Um yeah, there's like 12 torches, one for each country. So the 12 torches equals 12 countries.
right.
I'm going to spit them out there again. Mexico, Norway, China,
Hmm.
Germany, Italy, America. There's Japan, Morocco, France, UK, Canada, and then you do have that outpost area in the middle.
Right, right, exactly.
And so these 12 torches, I just learned from a Reddit thread. Okay, they actually represent something. It's not just like a park light, for the night. No, there's a representation to it. Okay. And the meaning, the original meaning is tied to Epcot's theme of global harmony, right? Walt's original vision for Epcot. So each flame represents a country contributing light, okay? Light
Hmm.
and culture to a shared world. I love
Yeah,
it. I love it. It's a subtle storytelling detail. Again, that just reinforces Epcot's core message.
yeah.
You've got different nations, one shared world. And then, taking it a step further, oh my goodness, Luminous, the Symphony of Us.
Oh,
It's Epcot's nighttime spectacular. Let me rephrase that. It's Epcot's emotional nighttime
yeah.
spectacular.
Honestly, if you are a cheer driven person, like if you get emotional, easily bring a tissue with you or grab some napkins from your last, snack break spot. Like literally, you'll need it.
Yes. It totally, it's like the perfect ending for the day. I mean, it just wraps up your Epcot experience in such a perfect way. It's this story that unfolds, right? It's like a musical journey, okay?
Mhm.
That this show unfolds. It explains the chapters of life, okay, in different ways. You've got the beginnings, right? And with Figment, the spark of life, new possibilities. You've got connections, right? Friendships, love, and the ties that shape who we become. You've got challenges. There's moments of hardships and resilience. Then you have in life we have hope. It's a coming together again, right, with a sense of strength. And then the ending there, celebration. It's honoring our shared stories and our cultures, right? Can we talk about the soundtracks, the two original songs
Oh
with the
yeah,
show?
yeah,
Okay. The
yeah.
music is the true heart, pun intended, heart of the show. You've got the songs Heartbeat Symphony and the beating
Mhm.
of our hearts. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. They again, Disney Imagineers know what they're doing in order for you to get emotionally involved in this wonderful
yeah.
show.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's this music creation. They've reimagined, original Disney melodies, from Pocahontas and Hercules and Wish and Encanto. I mean, oh, y- you know, Disney days can be long, okay, but try to make sure you get yourself to this show. It's you paid your ticket. This is a fabulous show. Make sure you get yourself a spot around that lagoon so you can catch the show before the end of the day. Um,
Yeah.
if you have bus transportation, you can sit anywhere around that lagoon, and exit at the front of the park. You've got, your Skyliner resorts, the Friendship Boat resorts. You can sit at the International Gateway around the lagoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is no bad spot to get comfortable, and uh, this 360 lagoon experience, there's no bad spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's worth it. Take our word for it. It's worth it. Just catch this show, Luminous. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Literally, I can't say it again. It's the perfect ending to your Epcot experience.
Yeah. Literally, if you're a road stop to park closed person, definitely stay for this. Or if you're like, "Ugh, I don't know, that's gonna be too long of a day,"
Hmm.
figure out where to like compromise. I hate using the word compromise, but figure out a way to uh
Keep
enjoy
it
the show if
realistic.
you yeah, enjoy the show if you can. Like if you're like, I'm not a morning bird anyway, and I don't think I'm ever gonna optimize a rope drop, that's okay. It's your park day, it's your experience, do you? And then if you're like, okay, I'm gonna just stay in another hour and go into the park, that hour that you'll have now, use it for enjoying this beautiful nighttime spectacular.
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, just do what you got to do, so you can catch it. Because I mean, you don't want to miss Luminous. Hands down, it's just a beautiful show. Beautiful
Yeah,
show.
yeah. I again will say, like what you said too. There's no bad spot around the lagoon, so
Right.
thankfully it's not like you have to try to camp out. Like
Mm-hmm.
for Magic Kingdom, people start camping out to watch the nighttime fireworks show an hour before. That way they can get a really great spot. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
do this with Epcot. You literally can walk up right as the show starts in like in a pavilion, and you'll be fine. Like you'll
Exactly.
because there's an um optimal spacing for everyone.
Right, right. And that's a good thing to keep in mind. Is your crowd level, right? Especially we're in December right now. So you've got Festival of the Holidays, occurring at Epcot. So yeah, keep those things in mind depending on the season when you're there to visit Epcot, because you're going to want to make your plans based on the season.
Yeah, that's a good point too. There's all obviously Epcot is um, known for its festivals. Festival of the Holidays is one that's happening right now. It usually happens around from like Thanksgiving time to December, end of December. This is going to be a higher demanding time because of these breaks from school. You have Thanksgiving
Mhm.
break and you have Christmas break. These the parks will get more crowded.
Yeah.
Therefore, its prices may go up a little bit, whether it's at a Disney resort or a park ticket. Lightning lanes will go up because of the demand in the park.
Demand. Yeah.
Yeah, and just keep this in mind. I know it may be your only time to come visit Walt Disney World. So just keep that in mind when you're planning your trip, that you may be spending a little bit more money, sadly, because of the time of year you're going.
Right. Yeah. And the holidays at Disney World is a big bucket list item for a lot of families. So,
Yeah.
and that's okay. That's okay. Just get your head around the fact that it will be busy. So, if you can accept that, then you can have a good time. I don't want anyone jumping into the park and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming, never doing holidays here again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just let's be real. Yes, your resorts are going to cost more too. It's just the season. But even outside Festival of the Holidays, there are other seasons at Epcot.
Yeah,
And Jill, you're the festival, connoisseur. I go to you for all the festival
yeah.
questions.
No, I love festivals here at Epcot because again, when you what we said at the beginning of this episode, it's scratching the surface of what we're talking about today. It really is because when they unroll they roll out the red carpet for these festivals. It
Mhm.
literally is n- newer every time. So you feel like you're experiencing the park all over again, fresh and new. They really do an excellent job of keeping you on your toes in the best way possible.
Right.
Okay. And I will say my favorite festival again is Festival of the Arts. It's in the
Mhm.
beginning of the year. It's going to be starting from mid-January through late February. It is a shorter festival because obviously these artists need to make a living. I understand. I
Sure.
respect
Mhm.
Disney on Broadway performers that come and do performances. Like
Yep.
they have jobs to do. I understand.
Yeah.
But it's really, really amazing how they incorporate food and art together. Like you
Sure.
sometimes are eating like, for example, there's this one dish where you could get a cookie, like a giant cookie, and you get like a color, like artist palette, and you're like literally able to draw your design on a cookie, like make a painting. Like they literally go above
Mhm.
and beyond with elevating your experience, and the food is delicious. You
Oh
have
yeah.
you have uh, chalk artists that are uh, making masterpieces right in front of you. Um, Even for the kiddos, there's a section that they can do their own chalk art, which I think is really special.
Oh yeah.
Something to get their wiggles out, their artist
Yeah.
creativity flowing.
Yeah.
Um, you even have the wall paint by numbers mural that they
Mhm.
do. Um, Adults and kids can partake in this free activity.
Yeah.
It really is amazing what they do with this festival. Again,
Mhm.
it's my favorite. I can go on and on about this one.
I know.
I want to highlight the other ones, but if you have the ability to go to this one at least once, I recommend doing so.
Totally. Yeah, it's a shame it doesn't run a little longer, but at least you do get that taste of it, that sliver of Festival of the Arts. Yeah, it's a great festival. It's my favorite as well.
Yeah, absolutely love it. And then, if you want to go during the springtime, there's the Flower and Garden Festival, which runs from early March or late February, just depending on the year, through early June. They have such beautiful gardens that happen and take place. This past year, they had a butterfly garden that you can walk through and
Mhm.
experience that was so breathtaking. You
Yep.
have the awesome topiaries that they put on display.
Gotta
It,
love
like,
them.
yeah, it's all these classic Disney characters throughout the park that are imagined in these topiaries. My
Mhm.
favorite one, I hope it comes back this year, um, with this upcoming year, I should say, is in the France Pavilion. They have the Lady and the Tramp
Okay.
topiary. And
Yep.
with Lady, I love her because they let her hair get thicker. They let her hair flow. They let it grow. That way, at the end of the
Oh,
festival, she has luscious, uh, and I'm saying hair in air quotes because it's literally the greens. They just don't trim her. Um,
that's so
so
cool.
she gets all fluffy. It is so cute, these
Okay.
little details that they do with these topiaries.
That is cool. I didn't know that they did that. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you gotta love a little lady glam moment. She has her
Oh,
glam.
wow. You're always learning something new, man.
Yeah, yeah, and again, that's the beauty of these festivals. They keep you on your toes in the best way possible. You learn something
Totally.
new all the time.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and their food doesn't disappoint either because they have gardeners. They have people that are coming, it's from seat to table, it's even more so with these pavilions. You get to experience such great food during these festivals,
Oh yeah,
especially.
Epcot. There's no shortage of your cuisine. Period throughout the whole year. There
Yeah,
is no disappointment when it comes to their food.
no, none. And speaking of food, the iconic Food and Wine Festival is what
Yes.
Epcot is known for.
Yep.
That runs from late August, sometimes mid-July, again, depending on the year, through mid to late November. It is a festival that people come to Epcot for because there's chefs that come from all over to go to these pavilions. They pair your amazing dishes with wines or cocktails or non-alcoholic beverages. Like they do such an excellent job with the creativity of this. And for those who even love running, they have a Run Disney Marathon dedicated
Mhm.
to food and wine during this time of year.
Mhm.
You have the ability to experience food on another level. It is really
Right.
cool.
Yeah. And you've got a good amount of a handful of months there that food and wine,
Yeah.
festival is occurs. So yeah, you've got time to plan and get yourself in there. Food and wine's my second favorite. It does start to get busy as we're approaching the end of the year, right?
Mhm.
So food and wine, your crowd levels kind of pick up, and then it gets even more crowded with the festival of the holidays. But yeah, I mean, it's each one of these festivals, quite honestly, offers its own little flavor of fun. There's
It
enough for the whole family to enjoy something. My favorite part of food and wine, hide and seek Remy, right?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that out. Yes, absolutely.
The little
The
scavenger hunts. I love it.
Yeah, they do it for food and wine. You can look for Remy. There'll be a place in the beginning of Epcot where you can pick up the scavenger hunt. You go throughout all the pavilions. You look for Remy, and at the end of it, you can pick up a prize if you found all the Remy.
Yeah.
It's like they do. That's another way to again make your Epcot day just a little bit more special for you and the kiddos. And this happens throughout pretty much every festival. You can go to do the scavenger hunt with the Festival of the Arts. You can look for Figment throughout
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
different pavilions. The Flower and Garden Festival, there's a little bumblebee you look for. Like they go and do this that way. Not only the adults are having a good time with their food and wine, but the
Yeah.
kiddos get to enjoy something a little special, make it a little
Exactly.
extra special.
Yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta love the Disney magic. And
Yeah.
so, all in all, Epcot really is just that celebration of human creativity, the innovation, and the connection. Um,
Mhm.
every ride, every festival, every hidden detail, it tells a story, about humanity and who we are, who we become. And so I just want to thank our Wonderland Way community. Thanks to everyone for joining us on this episode of What's Up Podcast. And just remember, the future is brighter when we get to explore it together.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in to today's episode. We hope we've helped you get a little glimmer into how to make your Epcot day just that little extra special and magic.
Exactly. Yeah. And we'll tune in next time. It's going to be a whole new year.
Yeah,
Crazy, right? Crazy. I
can't
know these
believe
years
it.
just come faster and faster. And so I think it'd be fun to digest big news that are coming to the parks for 2026.
Yeah, let's dive deep. January 2026. Let's get into what is coming in the year 2026.
Yeah, let's do it. Yep, there's a lot of things to unravel for the new year. And
Sounds
so
great.
for now, keep exploring, and we'll catch you next time right here on What's Up Wonderland.